Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Michael and today we're going to have some fun with our drones. I'll be using the DJI Mini 2, which shot all of the footage you just saw, and I'll be running you through some basic techniques on how to get them really cinematic results with your drone. Though I'm using a Mini 2, all of these shots can be taken on any drone with a gimbal camera. Before we jump into some basic techniques, I just want to run through two quick tips. Tip number one, if you're just starting out, try not to turn your drone while you're shooting footage because it can lead to some pretty jarring results. I mean, compare this to this. And the second tip is motion is key when it comes to shooting cinematic footage on your drone. Let's jump right into the first technique I'm going to show you, which is the big reveal. You create a lot of suspense and interest if you don't immediately show your audience the landscape or thing you're shooting. So this technique is really great for travel blogs when you've just arrived at a new destination. This look is achieved by flying through a hole in the canopy or around a building to reveal the landscape or cityscape that you're shooting. To create this particular shot, I found a hole in the canopy and I flew my drone vertically up through that hole, and I framed my shot as best I could from there. And then I flew vertically straight down without turning my drone at all. Then all that was left to do was hit the record button and fly up again. This time I created a little bit of forward motion to get this shot. The next technique is the slow pan. In a way, this is another big reveal, except rather than flying out behind something, all you're doing is facing the gimbal or your camera straight down, and as you're flying forward, you just tilt that forward to reveal the landscape or the cityscape that you're shooting. If you want to add a little bit of extra motion to the shot, you can also pull up or raise the altitude on your drone as you're panning, and it can really exaggerate that motion. Next, let's look at shooting straight down. Shooting straight down is easy enough, but can different motions lead to completely different shots? Yes, of course the answer is yes. So I'm going to be breaking this down into two different parts, moving forward and moving up or down vertically. Moving forward in a straight down shot is great for following a subject. You can actually combine this with the previous technique and follow your subject in the first half and pan up to reveal the city or place that they're going to give more context to your audience. The next thing we're going to have a look at is moving the drone up or down. Adding vertical movement to your footage can really add drama to the shot and make your subject stand out if you execute it well. All you need to do is fly directly above your subject or what you want to shoot and slowly lower or raise your altitude. Either way, you're adding context and drama to your footage and you're also making your subject stand out. Up next, we're looking at the orbit sort of shot. This technique sounds simple, but it's the hardest one on this list. You need to fly sideways and rotate your drone to keep your subject in the middle of the shot. Luckily, a lot of drones have an inbuilt feature that does this for you. All you have to do is select out from the menu, choose your distance, and hit go. The drone will do the rest. Not all drones have sensors on the side, so it's best to make sure that you have a clear surrounding before you attempt this shot. For example, the DJI Mini 2 doesn't have sensors on the side, so there's no collision avoidance. And the last thing I'm going to cover is the Vertigo effect. To film this, make sure your camera is set to the highest possible resolution, in my case 4K. All you need to do after that is fly directly towards or away from your subject while recording. Then when you get to editing, simply make sure that the size of your subject stays the same throughout the whole shot. And you do that by scaling up or down the video that you've just shot. I'm using Premiere Pro, so I'm setting keyframes for the scale on the first and last frame of my footage and adjusting that scale so I stay the same size in the entire shot. And that's what creates this trippy effect. If you enjoyed this video, you should watch this one next because I get hit by a car and you'll learn all about white balance.